I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. We're here at the Metals Investor Forum in Toronto at the beginning of March, and I'm joined by Geoff Schellenberg of Troubadour Resources. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So Troubadour is a fairly new company still, not even a year old yet. You're part of Coast Mountain Geological Services, which has been a long-standing geological services company, right?
That's correct, yeah. Been operating for 30 years now.
Right, and in 30 years of operation, you get a huge amount of experience, you know a lot of people, you've seen an immense number of projects, you get a huge amount of practical experience operating. So that's a wealth of knowledge that's sort of hard to replicate.
Yeah, so what sets us kind of apart is we have a strong technical back end in our office that they're the boots on the ground people, and right. They look at all the data, so we get incredible project flow through our office. We look at a lot of different projects. It also gives us the opportunity to do some project generation of our own to identify new opportunities.
Right, and so that's where Troubadour came from originally, was you identified one project in the Amarillo project, which is in southern BC, really interesting copper dominant porphyry target. I'm still very excited about that, but now you've brought a second project, or you're bringing a second project into the fold, again, because the opportunity became available through these connections from your background.
That's correct, yeah. So we got an introduction to this private group who held this property on the island. Then they control the historic Zabalas gold camp. So it's a historic high-grade gold camp. And that opportunity came about from an introduction just based on our network.
Right, exactly. So let's talk about Zabalas a little bit. This is on northern Vancouver Island, and there's 6 historic high-grade gold mines in sort of a small property package that's never been consolidated before.
That's right, yeah. Zabalas is well known for having very fragmented ownership over the years, and it's because the ground is all controlled by crown grants instead of mineral tenures.
Right.
So it was a slightly more archaic old system that BC used to allocate mineral rights, and that's since changed to the system we have today, which is the mineral tenures, where you have a expenditure requirement each year, whereas crown grants, you literally just pay your property taxes, which are almost nothing.
Very small, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that meant that this really prospective land package got fragmented up into little pieces, held by individuals, this, that, and the other. And so then this private group somewhat saw the opportunity and started amalgamating that. And now you've taken over that opportunity from them, and you're going to see what opportunity you can find. Absolutely,
and like you say, with the part of the deal structure we have, the LOI signed, we have a 90-day exclusive due diligence period. So if we like what we see, we can enter into a definitive agreement. And if it doesn't quite meet our standards, there's no harm, no foul, and we can carry on.
Right, and that has the potential for some sexy high grade going on if everything works out down that road.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the rest of the Troubadour story is the Amarillo project, which is in southern BC. And why don't you take us quickly through the backstory and what you've done so far at Amarillo in a short period of time.
All right, at the Amarillo, the reason why we picked up that ground is a historic trench that graded 0.87% copper over 125 meters.
Which is a crazy trench, by
That's
the way.
a very high grade number, and that was done in the 60s, and it was subsequently misplotted on MinFile, so we went and
nobody could
looked
find
back,
it.
and we relocated it back into the ground, and we did an initial 4-hole drill program last winter, which is helping us vector in on where the heart of this system is.
Right, and if you find what we're postulating is there, which is a copper dominant porphyry, I mean, that's the kind of thing that gets investors excited in BC these days.
Yeah, and we're 10 kilometers south of a past producer, so we are in the right neighborhood, great postal code, and potential's there for a near surface major discovery.
Right, and this is all in Troubadour, which, like we've said, is a new company with an incredibly tight share structure.
Yeah, 21 million shares out. We will be looking at probably a little bit of dilution financing if we do acquire this SureSpan Gold project.
Sure.
But that will likely come from a portion from SureSpan Group itself, which is a well-known construction group, and they are very keen in long-term. Their long-term objective is to see that asset developed.
Right. So if they do take on the shares that they would get from the deal and/or from financing, are probably fairly safely held.
Very safely held shares, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're in tight hands.
Right. So exciting year ahead for you. Amarillo was going to keep you busy, and now Zabalas is just piling on top of that.
Yeah. So we got 2 in the stable now, and they're ready to run, so to speak. So.
I like it. Well, I look forward to keeping up with the news, and best of luck out there.
Thanks, Gwen.
Thanks.